Hey guys, Jeff, welcome to today's video. So it's been a minute since we've been in the shop, and I decided today was the perfect day to get working on some guitars. So the first thing we are going to do today is we're going to be doing a little modification and a little maintenance on the Jazz Bass. I purchased this Jazz Bass about 2 weeks ago from a friend, and I'm super happy with the setup. Everything on it is fine. However, I've always kind of preferred the vintage 70s look of the Jazz Bass, where it had like a tortoiseshell pickguard, and I also noticed that the fretboard is very dry, so we'll get into addressing that in a little bit. First things first, I'm going to need to take those fat strings off. I could probably change the pickguard without taking the strings off, but I also wanted to oil the fretboard, so... Alright, so the strings are off. Now I'm going to take off this pickguard. I'm doing that with a drill. I'm going to have this little bucket here for the screws. And just like that, this is ready to come off. I think we're going to take a bit of toilet paper, a bit of Windex. We're just going to clean that real quick. You don't get that many chances in a guitar's life to thoroughly clean up these parts. I figured while we're here, we might as well do that. Really fine piece of wood. I really like it. Let's pull out this thing. Here. It also came with a U-Rock. There you go, in case this wasn't official enough. The holes seem to be lining up. Whenever you're using a drill for this, by the way, you want to set the power very low so you don't strip anything, and you want to use a small bit. And you want to make real sure that you don't over tighten anything. Also trying to be a bit strategic as to which holes I do first to make sure everything lines up properly and nothing breaks. Here we go. Now that it's in place, I'm going to fully remove the protective film. Really digging this color. It's a vintage tortoiseshell pickguard. I was considering maybe getting a bridge cover like I got on my P-Bass. The Jazz Bass one typically goes over this pickup, so I'm not sure I want to get a Jazz Bass one. If I get the P-Bass one, I'm not sure that it will look as good. I was also considering changing these pickup covers to like a cream color so it looks even more vintage, but I think the actual vintage color was black, so I'll probably just leave it at that for now. Anyway, that's the only part I got today, so for sure today it's the only thing I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna sit on this for a while. I didn't want to order anything also because I just wanted to see, you know, the biggest change is gonna come for the pickguard for sure. So I'm just looking at it now. I'm gonna let it sit for a couple days, decide if I want to get a cover from the P-Bass or a real Jazz Bass one or nothing, and decide about these. I want to mix and match, so I might want to leave this black and have this one cream. Now, the fretboard, as I mentioned, is really dry. I'm gonna get you guys closer here, but you can tell that this is just super dry. So I'm going to cover it with a bit of linseed oil. Now, the whole fretboard oiling thing is a bit of a controversial topic. Some people say you should never put anything in there because it'll just gunk up everything. I'm going to give you my opinion on it, and I'm not the end-all be-all in terms of scientific and musical knowledge, but this is my theory, this is my opinion, and this is why I do these things. Especially in Canada or any cold country, really. The guitar is going to spend a whole lot of time during its lifetime where it will be in very dry, heated conditions, and this wood is basically exposed pores, so it will tend to dry up and eventually crack. And at the very least, it looks dry. It doesn't look very good like this. So what I like to do is a trick I got from a YouTuber named David Riom, Dave's World of Fun Stuff. He puts linseed oil on this stuff. Theory behind it is this linseed oil stuff, when it's applied, will sort of crystallize like amber in the pores and just create a protective cover that doesn't harm anything in any way, just protects the wood, seals everything in, and allows it to stay nice looking and in perfect condition for a longer period of time. Some people say it just gunks up everything. I find that my fretboards look all very nice. I got like 20-year-old guitars that are almost like new. So this one is probably going to need a fairly significant application just because I don't think it's ever been treated with anything, and it's probably going to shrink it up. One thing I can't say against linseed oil is it kind of stinks, but one good thing I can say about it is my grandpa used to use it to protect furniture. That stuff is almost 100 years old now, and it still looks brand freaking new. So Grandpappy knew what he was doing. Dave knows what he's doing. And we're just gonna have to assume that I know what I'm doing. Which, in the grand scheme of things, I don't really know what I'm doing, but probably know more than a good deal of people out there. So yeah, I've applied a quite sizable amount here. Went and got this old rag now just to wipe everything off. The trick of linseed oil is you really don't want to put too much on it. You want to put just enough, and then you want to wipe the excess off so it doesn't gunk up. When there's too much, frets get really slippery and it's not as nice to play, so it looks a lot healthier. I didn't put too much in there since it's definitely its first go. Typically you'd wanna apply some more linseed oil every year or so. In this case, I might give it a few months and do another coat just so it builds up a bit of resin in the pores there. So all that's left to do now is put the strings back on. We're gonna go into the studio. I'm gonna tune it back up to pitch. You don't wanna leave the neck too long without its correct pressure on it. Alright, that's been it for me, guys. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.